Yeah, all right. Welcome back once again. So I got another tune from this artist I did, a little bit ago. I just love it. The chords are simple. Anybody can do it, and they're great songs. Just goes to show you, doesn't have to be complicated to be good. So anyways, if you have a song request, go ahead and click the link below. That'll also get you to a future guitar lessons, free, kind of cool thing to just kind of entice you with, just in case you don't want to get better and maybe learn something here or there. Anyways, let's zoom in for a closer look and get to this. I mean, right there, that's the intro to the song. I told you, anybody can do this one. It's a good one. So, go and make, by the way, this is the 3rd fret, so I'm going to refer to this as 0 fret, basically, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If I call a G chord, just play it like it was down here in open position. I know it's not called a G chord, but just for the sake of making things easier, it's a G chord. All right, so what we're going to do, 2nd finger is going to be on what would be the 3rd fret E. Then we're going to have our 1st finger on the 2nd fret A. We're going to tuck our ring and pinky on the 3rd fret B and E. So we got. Here we go. One more time. Okay, so we're going to do that pattern right there 4 times, and that is literally the intro of the song. And you can keep that strum pattern basically through most of the whole tune if you'd like. So we got. And then after that, just wait. It's still as easy. You get 2 more measures of that. So the same thing before we switch to our 1st chord. Now our 1st chord is going to be a little bit different. We're just going to basically keep this shape with our first 2 fingers, but we're going to scoot it down a set of strings and up towards the capo. And then we're going to tuck in our ring finger on what would be the G string 2nd fret. Now we're going to hit from the A string down. Leave those bottom 2 strings open. Use the same pattern. 2 measures, right? Then the next part is going to be what would be a typical E minor chord. And all we're going to do there is you can either go fingers 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 on the A and the D string 2nd fret. We're going to be what would be an A7 looking chord. So what you would do there is you could, if you're doing fingers 1 and 2, you could keep your 2nd finger or your middle finger where it's at and just use your ring finger to go on the same fret, but you're going to skip a string down to the B string. It's going to give you that awesome sounding chord from the A string down. Let those all those strings ring open from the A string down. Then we're going to go back to that G. Now instead of going to that kind of B7 looking chord, we're going to go to E minor. Now from here, we're going to go to our A minor looking chord. So we're going to have our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, our middle finger on the D string 2nd fret, our ring finger on the G 2nd. Now what you can do is you can shift all of your fingers to this new chord shape and do it like this, 1 and 3, right, on the D 2nd fret and the B 3rd fret. But what you can also do is keep your middle finger where it's at and just put your pinky and take off your other finger. So you're going to take off your 1st and 3rd finger. Now that's going to get us into our chorus. So let's go over that. Okay, so same kind of open chords. Now we're going to go to a C chord, which is our ring finger 3rd fret A. Our 2nd finger is going to be the B string, or I'm sorry, the D string 2nd fret. Then we go to the B string, but it's going to be on the 1st fret with our 1st finger. And then we're going to go to a D chord, which we've already done. E minor chord, which we've already done. And then back to C. And then you start again with the C. So it's going to sound like this. Again, C, D, E minor. Now that is basically it. So it's going to go for another verse and another chorus, and then the only part is a bridge, and it's really cool. That's it, and then it goes back into the chorus. So what we're going to do is make that E minor chord, and then we're going to switch our fingers. So we got the E minor. We're basically going to do the top part of a C chord and leave the rest open. But on this one, we can actually hit the low E string. So we're going to have fingers 2 on the 3rd fret of the A, and this fingers 1 on the 2nd fret of the D. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ring finger on the 3rd fret and keep my 1st finger where it's at. Same thing, you can hit the low E string, go back, and then you're going to go into your chorus. It's going to be a double chorus, and then after that you're just going to go back into the G chord for, I think it's like 39 times, give or take a few different kind of strum patterns, you know. Just keep going until you get tired and fall asleep, and that's about it. Awesome, awesome tune. Way to go again. Thank you for hanging with me. It was awesome. All right. Thank you once again for joining me here on Papastachepop. Tons more songs coming your way. Again, click the link below if you got a song request. You know, I do my best to think of some good tunes, but I know there's a billion awesome pop songs out there. So if you're not seeing it, request it, and I'll get to it as quickly as possible. All right. As always, great to be here. Catch you next time.